Coming up on the Raptor Report, we'll be talking MC women's soccer with the team's leading scorer for the 2018 season, Ariella Amaguana. Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Brown, and this is the Raptor Report. And today we are pleased to welcome in Ariella Amaguana, the star striker for this year's MC women's soccer team. Ariella, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, Ariella, let's go into your background a little bit so that people can get to know you a little better. Where were you born, and when did you start playing soccer?
So I was born in Maryland, of course, and I went to Sherwood High School to play soccer, and I started playing soccer when I was like 3 years old. So, yeah.
3 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Now, so you played at Sherwood. Did you play all 4 years?
Yeah, I did.
And what positions did you play there?
So I would either play forward or I would play midfield, but on the wing.
Okay. All right. So after high school, you decided to come to MC. What motivated you to come here?
So I was a little iffy about going to a big school, like, because I wasn't sure if I was ready for that. So then I started looking into MC, and it seemed like a good fit, you know, for me to start somewhere. And then I talked to my dad about it. He contacted the coaches, and then they came out to see me play, and then they really wanted me, so it seemed like a good fit.
Well, it sure was a good fit. Now, you played, your first season was 2 years ago. You took a redshirt year, and then you played again this year. Your first season, of course, you were playing for Phil Nana. What's it like playing for Phil Nana?
Playing under Phil is like, it's great. Like, I learned a lot from him, more about the game, more about tactics and all that, technique and what to do during trainings, like if I'm training on my own or if I have to run my own training session. So I learned a lot from him, but not just about soccer, but about life as well. You know, like certain situations where, you know, you can't give up during hard times, or just even if it's about school, you know, time management and all that.
Okay, so there's more to playing for Phil Nana than just the game of soccer.
Yeah.
So now your freshman season, which was, of course, as we said 2 years ago, was a tremendous year. You guys won the Maryland JUCO championship. You won the Region 20 championship, and you earned a trip to nationals where you guys won your first game in the national tournament. What was that like for a freshman right out of high school to all of a sudden burst on the scene like that?
Oh, it was crazy. Like, I didn't expect it to be like that. I mean, like, I knew we had a good team, but our goal was to get to nationals, and it was tough, of course. And then when we got there, like, I took a moment to myself. I was like, wow, I'm actually here. Like this is big, like, you know, and it's huge. But I never expected, you know, myself to be going to play college soccer and going to nationals from a first year. Never expected it.
And, you know, I was fortunate enough to go on that trip with you guys, and you scored 2 beautiful goals, or was it 3 beautiful?
I think it was 3, yeah.
It was. You had a hat trick in the first game against Nassau. Man, what did that feel like?
I felt great. Like, even to have my dad and my sister there, it was even better to have them there, because to see them, you know, they are the 2 people who have supported me through everything in soccer or in life, and just having them there was better because, you know, I didn't expect to be scoring like in nationals. Like, I didn't expect it because it's like, it's big games and you never know what you're going to go against. But, you know I had to work hard, and my family was there. I had to work hard for them. So it was just great.
Yeah, I got to say, your dad was a constant, your dad and your sister, they were constant fans, and they were always there, and it was always great to see them. Yeah,
it was great. You know, always having them at my games when they could come was great.
What kinds of things did you learn about the game of soccer during your freshman season?
Well, I learned more about, like, formation-wise, you know, there's different formations and how Coach Phil wanted us to play. So, like, in soccer, it's not just, like, one certain thing. It's different things depending on the situations in soccer. So he would teach us about what to do during those situations. And he would always, like, teach us about, like, watching more soccer, because if you watch the player that's playing your position, it really helps you out in the real games.
And he plays a pretty detailed, intricate style, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
it's very detailed. For sure.
Give us an idea of what goes into some of that.
So, like, it depends on your position. So, for my position, like, for my first year, we would have our wings stay out wide when we want to attack. And then when we defend, you have to come in to help the defense. But it's different for all the positions, and it's like it gets a little harder as you go on because as he sees that we're progressing, he kind of makes it a little harder.
Wow. So, and then you returned this year as a sophomore. From interviewing Phil way back in August, he told me we're expecting a lot of Ariella this year. Were you aware that you were expected to be a leader, and what was that like for you?
Yeah, honestly, for my first year, I kind of expected it, you know, because when we lost Jamie on my first year, it was kind of like who's going to be the person to step up and fill that spot. And I kind of felt people were looking at me because, you know, I was one of the other people up there. So I kind of already knew that, okay, if I'm coming in my second year, I'm going to be looked at as a leader, as someone who's going to be making the plays or making goals or whatever. So I already knew that I was expected to be big.
Were you happy about that? Were you glad to accept that responsibility for the team?
I haven't always seen myself as like a captain because I'm not someone who talks. I'm usually one who just does my own thing and people just look at me as example. I just play and do my own thing. But I mean, I kind of started as it was going on and on. I would take it as, you know what, okay, this is my responsibility and I got to be a leader for this team. And that means stepping up, being more confident. So as it kept going on, I just was like taking it as, you know what, this is my responsibility. Got to do it.
Well, you did a great job.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more with Ariella Amaguana on the Raptor Report.
With over 3.2 billion people online globally, cybersecurity jobs are in high demand. Montgomery College offers instruction on the latest technology in our state-of-the-art cyber lab. Hands-on experience provides entry-level computer technicians a pathway to enter the workforce or to transfer to a four-year institution. For more information, visit montgomerycollege.edu/cyberprogram.
Career success starts at Montgomery College. Get the hands-on education you need for the job you want and save up to half the cost of attending other colleges. Start your future now at Montgomery College.
Welcome back to the Raptor Report. We're here with Ariella Amaguana, star striker for the MC women's soccer team. And Ariella, let's talk about your 2018 season because, you know, before the break, we talked about the fact that you had to accept the leadership role for this team, and you stepped up big time on the stat sheet as well. You had 26 goals, 13 assists, and 5 game-winning goals in just 15 games. That's impressive production. Yeah. You were named first team All-Maryland JUCO, first team All-Region 20, and first team All-Region 20 tournament. You were without a doubt the best player I saw this year. Did you feel the pressure during this season, or were you just playing?
Oh, I definitely felt the pressure from the start, like, because I'm not usually like a captain, like someone who's like there, like I'm one who's kind of stay back, do my thing. But I definitely felt the pressure because I felt like, you know, I had to really step up for these girls because it was like we're only 13 girls on the team, so it was a lot to, you know, step up for. But, you know, I had my friends help me out on the team. You know, they were pushing me to do my best. And even if I would make mistakes, they would come to be like, you know what, it's okay. You can still do it. You have time. But, you know, as we went on, I felt a lot more comfortable with the girls, and I felt more comfortable as a captain for them.
Well, let's talk about your style of play because you're, without a doubt, I think the fastest player I saw this year. I saw you over and over again, flat out just beat teams with your speed and with your guile as well, but your speed would give you that leg up on teams. Take us into a game. I can't tell you how many times I saw this this year and your first season here, where you would be on one of your patented breakaways down the wing. Somebody would get you a nice through ball, and you would go to work with it. And what's going through Ariella's head as you're pushing towards the goal? Maybe there's a defender between you and the keeper, maybe not. What kind of things are you thinking?
So I usually start out from the wing, and I just anticipate, watch where the ball is moving. I either move with the ball or I just watch. And then as it keeps playing, I start to, creep in a bit, see where the defender is, and if they're leaving me space, I usually creep in and take that space, so that's why I can make the through run, and that's where the through ball comes through. And if there's no defender in front of me, I'm usually trying to take my touch towards goal, either to shoot or to pass it to someone in the middle. But I just my mentality is I want to score. So I have to, be patient though. Be patient, wait for my opening, and then I just take it.
Well, that's a good description. And now I can mentally see you doing that. I hate to bring up a sore subject, but your season came to an abrupt end there in the Region 20 finals against Hartford. It was a hard-fought match. I got to say, you scored one of the prettiest goals I've ever seen in soccer in that game when you headed that one in off Elisa's pass. That had to feel great.
Yeah.
But what did it feel like to have won 12 straight games and then have your season just stop like that?
Oh, definitely we didn't expect it. We knew it was going to be a tough game, but of course we did our best. We wanted to, win, but it just wasn't meant for us this year, I guess. But just winning 12 games and we were on a roll, and then it comes to a stop. It's like, wow, me personally, I felt like I could have done more that game, and I kind of got down on myself, wow, I could have made these shots, could have passed the ball there, but it just wasn't meant for us this year.
No, it was a tough game. Hartford was very good. The weather conditions were horrible, but of course you both had to play in the same conditions.
Yeah.
But that was a tough way to see it end.
Yeah.
Because you guys were on such a roll. All right, now what's next for Ariella Amaguana? You're done. You've completed your eligibility here at Montgomery College. You played 2 great years. What's the next step for you?
So I decided to play at Washington Adventist University with my sister. So I decided to go there because, of course, they have a major that I would like to go into, which would be being a PE teacher with a certification in coaching, which both I would like to do. And playing soccer with my sister, of course, because we've been playing ever since, I was 3 and she's younger, so we played together. She would play up a few years, and she would be on my team every single time. And it was just great, and we just have built that connection and friendship. So it was just, I had to go there to play with her for my last 2 years.
Oh, that's great. Is she a striker also?
No, she's a defender, or she plays center mid.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's great. I think that's terrific, and there's some other MC players there, so it'll be like a reunion there at Washington Adventist. So, Ariella, I really appreciate you coming in. We are out of time, but before we go, I do want to encourage everyone to follow Raptor Athletics on social media, on YouTube and Facebook. It's the Raptors MC. And on Twitter and Instagram, it's MC_Raptors. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MC_Raptor Voice. So, Ariella, thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for all the thrills that you gave us on the field these last couple of years, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
All right, and thanks to all of you for joining us on the Raptor Report today. We'll be back soon with an all-new show.